Hi and welcome to Synapse. This is Dr. Sonika. How are you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. Just an update from my end. I have joined MCH Plastic Surgery in RML, Delhi. So I've moved to a new city. So far it's going good. With that update, let me get to the video. So this video is going to be extremely important, I would say, because I'm going to tell you about the top 10 things that if you do, you're going to be ahead of 90% of the medicals. And I would say this is kind of an important video, so just grab a piece of paper so that you write down and see how many of that have you already done or you can plan to do in the future. The golden time to watch this video is for the uh, interns or post interns who've just finished their internship and waiting for the NEET PG counseling to happen, which is going to, I think, take place after 3 to 4 months. So you're going to be kind of pretty free during the period of 3 to 4 months. If you didn't do anything productive, you would just scrolled on the internet and wasted your time. So this video is going to be useful for you guys. Nonetheless, other medicos also can watch this video, even PGs, postgraduates who have already finished their course also. You can go through the video and see how many of these you've done or ticked from the list. Okay, with that said and done, let me start elaborating. Okay, the most important thing is, the first thing is about courses. So there are a number of certified courses like the basic surgical skill course, the BLS basic life support course, the ACLS, the ATLS courses, the advanced trauma life support. So there are a number of certified courses like this that is essential for a medico to have gone through. For example, during our internship, where the place where I did my internship, it was compulsory for us to finish the BCS and the BLS course in order to get our internship completion. So if there was some kind of a compulsion like this, then it's great, you would have done it. But usually the ACLS and the ATLS protocols, those courses are not compulsory, so you will have to take it out of interest. And if you do, and if you attach it in your CV, it's going to give you a really great start to your whatever career you're choosing. And I would suggest ATLS course to be done by those medicos who are aspiring to take up surgery or orthopedics or something to do with trauma surgery or something like that. Okay, so it's going to be really useful. And another point is that NEET PG is asking a lot of questions on the ATLS protocols guidelines, the recent guidelines. So if you attend this course beforehand, so you will be very well versed with the protocols. Any kind of trick questions or googly questions that come from the trauma section, you will be able to handle it very easily. So it's going to help you during, in the course of your NEET exam. Plus, it is going to look good on your CV. Plus, you will be having a certificate that you have completed the course. And ATLS is kind of expensive. It will somewhere cost you around 18 to 20,000. So you'll have to book your dates in advance. In advance, that will be, I think there'll be courses every alternate month, so you'll have to look at your location. You go to book the dates. So I would say have a look at it today itself so that you can book your dates and do the course. Okay. The next most important thing is about biomedical research. So I guess some of you have heard about it, that there is a Government of India has a website. It's called Swayam, and there is a course on biomedical research which is free of cost, available for the medicos and anybody who has to do with medical research. So this course is compulsory for the postgraduate students in order to write the final exam and submit the thesis. So this was not the rule, but it came in I think 1 year or 2 years back. So it's better you do this course, else it's gonna be it'll kind of pile up, and you will have to do it in the end during your final year of PG, where you actually have a lot of things on your mind, like doing your thesis, studying for your final exams, and you know managing your unit, your patients, and a lot of things on your head. So you don't want to be running around for something which is actually simple but at that time it will seem like a very big task. Okay, so all you have to do is I'll leave the link to that video in the description below. So all you have to do is just click onto the website. It's called Swayam. Go in there, log in, create your login ID and everything, and just register for the course. The material will be available on the website. I think around 10 to 20 lectures will be there. You have to go through the lectures, and you have to do the assignments, 10 questions each following the lecture. You're going to finish those assignments and take up the exam. So there will be an offline computer based exam that you will have to write, and then the results will be given. So it is quite simple. It's basically what you did in your PSM, all the statistics part. It's the same thing. And um, I'm not just saying do it for the sake of doing. If you do this thing with a bit of interest, and if you take it up when you are having relatively free time, and if you go through this topic a little more in detail, it is going to help you during your thesis writing in your post graduation. So you will know about the basics of research, so you will not be clueless when you enter your post graduation. Be like, okay, how do I calculate the sample size now? How do I analyze this kind of data? What kind of study is this? Is my study a cohort study, or is it prospective, retrospective? What kind of a study is it, and what kind of statistical tool should I use, and how do I interpret? So all of those things are going to be simpler for you. So it's going to give you head start to your post graduation course, right? So this is very important. I would suggest you absolutely do this thing. Okay, so the next thing is side income. So now you're going to sustain yourself for the next 3 to 4 months, and you want some kind of side hustles that's going to pump you in with some amount of money. So I would suggest things like start working at a hospital. I think majority of you would have considered this or would have started doing this. So all you have to do is go to a hospital and say that you would be the you will do the job of what do you call, on duty doctor. So you will just join there, and or you can just do locum shifts also. If there is a duty doctor who is not in the hospital, not able to make it today, so they're going to call you up and say, okay, substitute that doctor for just a day. So you'll do just one night duty and you'll be paid so and so amount of money. You can do locums if you don't want to go to a constant job or on a regular basis. So that's also an option. That's one thing. Or else you can do some kind of tele consultation also. There are websites which want you guys to see and sit and see certain number of patients online. So give consultations online and help them up with minor illnesses, or connect them to a specialist that is required for that particular patient. So this is, I'm telling you, post internship, right? So you will be expected to do the basic work itself. So that's a good option, staying at home and you know uh, having an income plus doing the job of a doctor, having consultation. So that's an option. And another one is that you can also do online tutoring. There are websites uh, wherein you can register yourself and say what is that topic that you want to teach. It could be subject wise. Say you can say, I can take anatomy lectures, I can take physiology lectures. So you just have to put up an advertisement saying this is what you're good at and your experience if you have any, and you can say what is your requirement. So many rupees per hour. So you could say $1,000 per hour. That is your expectation, whatever. So a lot of students, it could be a single student who wants one-to-one tutoring, online, offline, or even institutions can approach you. So that is also an option, because if you are preparing for not this NEET, the upcoming exam, so you can study as well as teach. So it will be a good combination, I would say. And that's the that was the third thing. I'm sorry. The fourth thing is writing or preparing your CV. This is extremely important, and we wouldn't have done it. I'm 100% sure out of 100 people who are watching this video, I would say only hand picked, only just few, less than 10 would have actually prepared a CV. And you say, give me your CV right away. Only 10 of you will be able to give a CV. and in those 10 people, 5 are going to say, no, no, give me some more time, I want to update my CV, make it look better, and give. So it's very important. You see, some of your friends who just finished their engineering or any other field, they will have their CV ready. The moment they just find someone, there's a job opportunity, and they just slip in their CV. So why don't we have it as medicos, right? So it's very important. If someone says, "Tell me about yourself," so all you say, "What am I? I'm just a medico. I've done this. I've done that. That's all." You cannot think, beyond a point. You just get stuck. So I would suggest you start, writing your CV. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to definitely take time. You're going to take days together figuring out what to include, what not to include, and so many things that you would have done during your MBBS or something, you would have forgotten. You would have organized an event, you could have hosted or anchored in a particular, let's say, function or a program in your hospital or a college, and then you would have totally forgotten about it. You wouldn't have included it in your CV. So you make, let's say, you add some points to CV today, and 3 days later, you're probably sipping on your tea or coffee, and suddenly you remember, oh, I had done this event. I took part in this event as well. So that's when you open your CV and then you add it. Okay, so I'll make a different video on how to write your CV. This is extremely important, and that too if you're someone who is planning to go to some other country, you're planning to go to the UK after your PLAB or MRCS or your simile, wherever it is, you need a very good CV. Okay, I can't highlight it more than this. So I'll make definitely we'll make a video on this. Okay, so next is the fifth thing is to turn any of your projects, okay, into publication. So what do I mean by any of your projects? So there was ICMR project. I think some of you would have done this ICMR research project in your UG days, and don't let that project go waste. Okay, convert that into material which can be published. Okay, so this is a mistake I did. I did a research during my third year MBBS, and fourth year got busy with the exams, and internship came, and I could not really work on the publication part, and it just got left behind, and I still haven't published it, and I feel really sorry till date. So I don't want you guys to do that. So any kind of presentation, poster, rare case, any kind of presentation that you've done in your MBBS or internship, just go ahead, write it down in the scientific manner, and submit it to a journal, get it published. Okay, if you want any help regarding this, you can put it down in the comment section, or you can just tag me and on our Instagram page, and you can ask me your questions. So always there to help you. The next thing is, before you start your PG, you need to be aware of certain exams. Okay, so there are certain membership exams like the MRCS, the MRCP, MRCOG. So there are a lot of exams like this. So it's better you know about them, you do the research and keep about these exams, because the right time to do this would be while you do your post graduation, because the membership exams are going to test a lot of your basics, which is from your anatomy and physiology. So reading the anatomy and physiology once you have completed your post graduation is kind of difficult, because you would have just narrowed down to studying what is important for your post graduation. And again, going back to the MBBS topics can be a little hard. I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's great. You'll be ahead if you already made research about this and kept things ready, because that's what I did. So before joining my MS, I knew something about MRCS. I knew I wanted to do it. So that's how you will be able to direct your energy towards getting what you want, right? That's what I mean. And next is most important is, I would say, volunteering for events, okay, and organizing camps or medical events. So what see, you have 3 to 4 months in your hand. Now you got to build a good CV. If you have not done anything, let's say you've not organized anything, yeah, during your internship, your medical life as a UG, it's absolutely fine. You have 3 to 4 months now. Make a small group of, let's say, your co-interns or some of the undergrads, and have events. So like, let's say if there is um, the what do you call, AIDS Day or something like that, or um, the World Anesthesia Day, something like that is going to come up. Okay, or something to do with, let's say, public health, World Tuberculosis Day. So these, on these days, on the special days, you can organize small events wherein you can educate a group of medicos. It could be your healthcare workers, including the nursing staff, group D workers, or it could be patients in the OPD, or it could be just you can just go to a school. This is what we did during undergraduation. Me and my friends, we went to a school and we spoke about hand hygiene. We taught children how to wash hands, and things which are very small, very tiny like this, but they actually have a great impact. So projects like this are going to be really good for your CV, as well as the impact that they have on the society, and then you will have something to show for that you've done some amount of work in public health and awareness and so on, right? So you have a good amount of time, gather people and start organizing events, I would say. And I would give you one option here. We were a part of something called as the Medical Students Association of India, MSAI. There are a lot of other student organizations as well. So we just registered, we became members, and we would organize events and send them the details of our events, and we would get certificates in return, so that everything is documented. So it's not like you just organize something on your own. So everything has to be documented, right? So I would say if you go through this or other organizations like this, it is good because you get proper documentation and certification for what you've done. Then next, I would say the most important thing is about maintaining a logbook. Okay, so you must have said, okay, internship, may we have maintained a logbook which we just filled during a posting and we got it signed. That's great, but you know what? It is not. Uh, it's not universal. If you are, let's say, applying for a job in the UK, you finish your lab and you're applying for a job, and they ask, show us your work experience. What all have you done during your internship? What all have you done as an undergraduate? You cannot send that book to them. Now can you scan it and send it? It's all invalid. So what do you need? You need what is called as an e-logbook. So an e-logbook is an online, it's a free access website. So you just have to create your login and details on the e-logbook website, and you just go on entering the procedures that you have done on the on that platform, so that it is universal. So you can, all you have to do is give information regarding your logbook, and someone sitting in the UK, someone sitting in Australia, someone sitting in the US can just open up and see your logbook. They can see what you've done, what your experience is like, how many procedures you have observed, how many procedures you've assisted, how many procedures you've done on your own. So it could be OT work, it could be ward work, like putting catheters, police catheters, how many rise tube insertions you've done. I'm talking from the point of view of an intern. If you have done post graduation, you can be like, how many hernia surgeries you've seen, how many you've assisted, how many you've done on your own, how many appendix you've removed on your own, things like this. So based on what your experience has been like, I will suggest you enter all of them in the logbook. So it's going to take a lot of time, I agree. So that's why I'm telling you, start beforehand. I did not do this during my internship because I got to know about this only during my MS, and I started doing it. It takes hell a lot of time. I would say be kind of very dedicated and very disciplined about this. Every Sunday or every Saturday night, just give some time and enter that week's events in the logbook, so that you don't have, it will not get piled up, and you will not miss cases as well. So you will have an actual representation of what you've done, and that's exactly what people want. So maintaining e-logbook is very important. Then the next thing is, this is optional, but I would say important from my point of view. There is a book called medical interviews. So, how to appear and what all things to prepare for uh, an interview, medical interview. So, I would leave again description to that book, matlab link to that book in the description below. All you have to do is just click on it and get the book, or some of your friends have it. Great, just take it and give it a good read, because it's going to change your perspective about a lot of things. So far, you were in an environment which is very safe and very conducive. So undergraduates कोई छेड़ता नहीं है ज़्यादा. So you're just doing your normal study, exams, going back home, internship, cool, chill time, थोड़ा बहुत काम कर लिया, and it was a fun time. So now when you start applying for jobs, when you start uh, going out into the world, you'll have to face interviews. You really don't have professors or your internals who are going to support you, because now you're on your own. So you need to know what to expect and what is it that you have to prepare for, what to be prepared for, right? And how to really dodge the situation, and how to score points against certain questions that is going to get you the job you want or the training post that you want. So all of these are important. So go through one of these medical interviews book. It's going to open your eyes to a different aspect of medical life, I would say. So these were my top 10 things. And the last one, I would say, bonus is to obviously get your documents ready. So documents in the sense, you would have finished your internship, so have all your internship completion documents. You'll obviously have to go to your medical council, get all those details ready. So all the documents, I mean, okay, that are required for your post graduation, or if you're moving abroad for that. So you need a lot of things with you. Take all of those documents, collect them, and file them properly. So have a really nice organization system where you're going to put all these important papers, let's say in a file or a folder, and then you label it and you don't have to search for it again, right? So that is what I think were the most important things I would want to tell an intern or a medico who is just about to enter the field of medicine. And okay, I hope you guys found this video useful, and definitely comment on the video if you have some doubts, you got to ask me something, or you want me to add some more to this list, which according to you is important and others should know. Do let us know in the comment section, and like, share, and subscribe.